If you have medium length hair, I want to show you a very simple technique that will give you the end result you're looking for in half the amount of time and really keep your hair from getting damaged. So as you can see, the model here, her hair has some natural texture to it, some movement, and some volume. And we really want to smooth it out, and we want to make it look shiny and healthy and really minimize any damage. So we're going to start with the hair wet. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pre-section the hair with the part already in it. So I know where I want that part to go, so I'm going to place that in the hair as I'm sectioning it. And then I'm also going to make sure to section it from the front to the back. So I'm going to take a section from the top of the crown and section it to behind the ear. And then I'm going to clip that hair out of the way. I want to make sure that the hair that I'm managing in the back is apart and away from the hair that I'm dealing with in the front. That way I won't feel overwhelmed and the hair won't be out of control. And when I clip it, you'll notice that that clip goes away from where I am sectioning it, so that way that hair doesn't fall back into the sections that I'm working with. So again, taking my comb, pulling all of that hair out of the way, and then taking a clip and clipping it in the direction that I want that hair to go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a horizontal section in the back. And what I want to make sure is when I'm taking this section that the hair is manageable enough for me to work with. If the hair is more coarse, maybe I'll take a smaller section. If the hair is finer, I can take a thicker section. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a blow dryer with a nozzle on it. I'm going to use high heat and high blower, and I'm going to use a bristle brush with mixed bristles so that we get a lot of tension moving back and forth. And you'll notice that as I work in that nape area, I'm blow drying back and forth, and then down the hair shaft. I'm really just focused on the root, and then towards the end, I'm just going to take my time to smooth off from that mid shaft, blow drying down, using a nozzle to help condense the air, to help control the airflow, and really this helps minimize my blow drying time. And as I continue working up the sections, I'm going to continue to take sections that are manageable to me so that I can deal with the hair without feeling frustrated. And as I go through, I want to show you three very specific techniques that are important for you to understand. The first one I'm going to show you is what I call a locking technique. So as I wrap through the root, we're focusing on that first. And after I've got that root dry, and I'm using the head basically like a round brush, just wrapping the hair back and forth, so that there's no specific movement or motion to that actual hair. And once I have that root dry, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over top of the hair and I'm going to lock it in with my thumb. So I take the brush over top, I put the hair between my thumb, I lock it in, and then I continue to focus on that blow dryer, blow drying down that hair shaft, focusing from that mid shaft down to the ends, really taking my time to condense and smooth out that hair. And then as far as the ends are concerned, then I take the brush and I put the hair over top of the brush, so the brush is underneath the hair now. And I'm going to continue with the focus of the blow dryer down the hair shaft and the nozzle in a high heat, blow drying down to smooth and give a nice soft bevel. The third technique I want to show you is what I call leafing. And what we're going to do is we're just going to lift that hair up with the brush to create a little more volume at the root and smooth that hair out as we go. So as we continue on with the video, you'll notice that I'm just lifting that hair up and just following it with the brush and the blow dryer, just following it through, taking my time. If her hair was more coarse and curly, I would be taking a little more time and maybe locking it in a little bit more. And as I continue up through the hair, what I want to do is I want to create a little more volume at the root in the crown, so I'm actually just going to blow dry that front and forward so I get as much lift on that root as possible. And then after I've got that root dry, then I can continue either to wrap back and forth, I can leaf it if I'd like, if I want to I can lock it to really smooth it down, or if I'd like to I can just give a nice soft bevel to the ends. So really using these techniques will give you the control and the specific looks that you're trying to have with your hair. And once I've completed the back, smoothing out the ends the way that I want to, I will then move to the side, working in the same idea in horizontal sections, dealing with as much hair as I can manage, clipping the hair out of the way that's difficult for me to work with, and really just deal with the hair that is underneath that section so that I can manage it. So as I continue on, taking a horizontal section, clipping the hair out of the way, and then wrapping backwards and then forwards, backwards and then forwards and then down. So that way that hair doesn't have a specific direction that it's going. Really taking my time, focusing on the root, and then if I want to, through the mid shaft and the ends to bevel it, or if I want to lock it, or even if I want to leaf it. And as I continue to work my way up, I am now going to focus a little bit on the roots, making sure that I create a little more volume at the part, because I want there to be a little bit of lift. I don't want it necessarily so flat and limp. So as I work my way up the hair, when I get to the parting, I'm going to create a little more volume, so I'm going to make sure to blow dry against where it grows. So what I mean by that is if she parts her hair here, I'm going to blow dry this way to create as much volume as I can at the root. And then on the same way on the other side, this side of the part I'm going to blow dry opposite of where it grows so that I create as much volume as possible at that root, and then from there I can just wrap dry back and forth once I've dried that root to smooth that mid shaft and those ends. And here you can see again I'm just beveling down, holding the blow dryer, and you'll also notice that I'm holding the blow dryer by the body of the blow dryer, and this helps give me the control where I'm able to hold the blower without working too hard on my shoulder. So once it's finished, you can just play with the hair and smooth it out, and you can add some more product to define it if you'd like, or if you just want to let it be, and as it is, it should be fine. So enjoy, practice this technique. This is the core foundation that will help you control your hair in any style.